Hello everyone, welcome to New Horizons Racing League Division 2, round 15 of the championship. We're at Italy, going around Monza. Joining me on comms today we have Leroy, Division 1 Mercedes driver, and back for the first time in a very long while, Pitch Black. We're very happy to have you back. How are you all and what do we think of Monza?
Good. Monza, my favourite track in the calendar by a long shot. It's just, I mean, probably just because it's easy. That's probably the reason, but nah, I mean, like, it's definitely my favourite track and it's one of my best on the game, so yeah, it's just a brilliant track to drive.
Yeah, really great to be back, guys. It's been a while, but I'm glad for it's the Italian Grand Prix, one of my favorite ones actually, as Leroy said, one of the easiest ones, but it's all the little things you do that really creates the pace here. So as the first flying laps come out here, some drivers on the medium, some on the softs, we're going to really see what potential they'll be showing tonight.
Yeah, I'm riding on board with James at the minute. He should be the first person to set time. Just going through a Scari.
I reckon that's going to be, we're going to see a lot of people spin tonight.
It's actually on the medium tires too, so if he gets a good lap here, he can have a good strategy for next race. But it's really tough to get good time out of those tires. But if there's any place you want to do it, it's Monza. So his first time's 120.
That's okay. I reckon the guys could probably push up to a 119 at best.
I reckon, yeah, it's a Renault, I believe.
Ah, he's invalidated. It'll be a Red Bull next then. Twonky's invalidated as well. It'll be an Alfa Romeo. Ali's coming in the box. It'll be a Mercedes. Collins, P2.
My number will be next.
Okay, so as we're seeing the first few random locals first, Connor, would you go with the medium tires or the soft tires?
Softs.
Yeah, soft, medium, or anything. That's what I'd definitely go for. I reckon the drivers are just trying to get a feel on the mediums before they really push on the softs.
Tire advantage is, obviously it's a high-speed circuit, so not much of a tire advantage around here, since there's so many straights and not that many turns. But saying that, they're also pretty similar in times because of that as well. So it'll be interesting to see if someone actually tries to go for the medium tire strategy, as James actually goes second fastest with the medium tire. So if we can see someone actually like pick up a good time in the mediums and go like safety 7, I think they can really have an advantage tomorrow, whether it's slim or not. It'll be an advantage.
The race information then, distance will be 27 laps, no need for 90% in Division 2, circuit length 3.5 miles or 5.7 kilometres. I forgot to get the tyre data for the dry tyres. I've got the wet weather tyres from Division 1 last week, but no, I'm a little bit unprepared today and I didn't even realise, so apologies about that. So we're going to be a bit on edge of how far everyone's tyres are going to be able to go. I do believe it is a soft medium strategy anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it usually is.
There's a slow race in the game.
Yeah,
Avalanche, oh my god, mate. No, it's not like you're trying to take out your teammate or something.
And your team, for that matter. Another strategy that I've seen being used around here is actually putting earlier in the mediums, catching an undercut with a hard tire and trying to bring it to the end. We've seen it. We've seen it a few times in league races where that's happened in other leagues, and also in real life with Charles Leclerc actually pitting earlier in the hard tires and battling to the end, winning the race. That was in 2019 when Ferrari was faster. But looking, the second fastest runner with a 120.7 is actually Casey, who has 2 laps on the medium tire, and seems to be in a pretty good position right now.
I'm going to ride on board with Reese then to the line. You'll be the next car to set a time.
Twonk. There's one at a Scary, I think.
He's a bit further down the road, as long as no one hits him.
Place.
I'm surprised that we only had one qualifying stint from Division 1 last week.
Yeah, and one corner that seems to be a bit of an overlooked one is Zascari, because it looks like a rather simple chicane, but when you actually try it out, it's really like oversteering, right? It's like you're like on the limit when it comes to your grip because you're just running such low wings.
Yes, everyone's going to be so complacent with these modern cars having so much downforce. They think, oh, we can knock a little bit of wing off, but then they realise the extra cornering speeds capable of these cars, they need to be balanced by the rear wings, and it's not even the front end that goes. I swear it's always the rear that spins around first.
The thing is, in new games where the cars have a little bit more downforce, people try to push the cars harder, and it just goes back to square one where they say they have no grip. It's just kind of rinse repeat. We saw it with 2019. They thought at the very start they had better grip. By the end, they felt like they could drive the car. It just progressively gets better and better, but people keep trying to push it further and further and complain about it. But Avalanche goes P1 with the soft tires.
Yeah, Charlie on the up again on the second lap of the mediums is Reese. Goes P3 with 20.7 to Charlie now coming through Lesmo 1. In 5th gear, always in the back end a little bit. Making 50 metre board from Lesmo 2. It's a good run now into what we were just talking about, Ascari. Obviously, I reckon on the soft lap he's going to go for that. I reckon around here you have to be so committed if you want to get the perfect lap. As he runs, always losing it a little bit.
The front end was a little bit loose.
Yeah. So far VXS, I'm tying anything together much. Then again, using the medium tires. But so far early on, it seems like Avalanche is the first person to reach into the 119, so good on him.
Charlie now goes P3.
Highest place medium, so you'd think surely if Charlie qualified on the softs, he could get pole?
No, so I'd say DXS.
It's a bit early, you know, for sure.
I mean, Charlie is going to be going in for that pole, he needs this. And so do his team.
That's a really impressive time on the medium tires, but we'll have to see when he puts on the softs, because the thing is that people are better on the mediums than they perform on the softs. So we'll have to see till they do the final few runs, but right now it's been pretty good for him.
Riding on board with Dylan now, he's just left the second Lesmo. He's purple. He's purple.
I wouldn't trust the game.
No, he went wide.
Oh no. I think he's taking invalidation rather than a DNF from quali.
Yeah, I think he definitely was.
He's going to try and go again. The thing is, I don't know if at that point on the track, if it would say like this and next lap invalidated, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get away with it.
It says that for the Parabolica.
We're about to find out, but there's I think there's Pids behind him who's was that Noja
guy. Cheeky slipstream, but he's going to be right in the back as Dylan's on as well.
Noja's also on the soft, so he's going to be going quicker.
And so much at the back of him.
Yeah, look at him. He's had to back off now, but it's a tricky thing with traffic. It's a bit of bad time by Noja. Not really sure if no, it's not like Dylan was under any obligation to move out the way. There was plenty of space at the time. He chose to go when he did, but no, traffic.
And actually, going back to his mistake at Ascari, it was exactly what I was talking about. He threw too much into the second turn, lost the rear and went wide, and actually no, he threw too much into the first turn, he lost the rear and just couldn't turn in for the next few turns, and he went straight over the curve and wide and was crashed.
Twonka's just gone pole.
Okay.
Oh no, Dylan's round! Oh no!
Oh, he's retired.
No, he's left off there.
Pretty bad crash too.
I was hoping he'd get away with that because he lost the front wing and then he was going backwards through the gravel. He's going to be so far down at the back.
Is it just me or did you hear his car like shake super violently?
Yeah, it seems to be an injury.
It tends to. And riding on board with James now, he's up by about a second. I don't know where Carps has found that pace. It's like the best qualifying lap I've seen him do all season.
I'd say that they were Tom's best as well. Here comes James.
To the line. Could be a good time. It's pole.
Oh,
No, it's identical. It's identical to Tom.
God. Oh my god.
So the thing is, like, by the rules of the FIA, James should be starting second. Oh my god, who the hell was that?
That was a
Reese just about, yeah.
Ferrari, I think.
Getting out of the way. Oh, Case beat it.
By 4.
Oh my god, look how close that is.
Who's going to be the next caller on an actual flying lap to cross the line?
I believe.
I'm just going to ride on board with Noju. He's up by a few tenths anyway. He could get himself into the top 10.
Let's see. Raceway and almost that in 9 laps. Let's see, where is the thing? We'll just go into Parabolica. 6 tenths up, that would be enough. It is.
Really nice to Ryan. He's out of ERS.
P10. Not bad.
Not bad.
Both,
Saying that you feel a lot better.
both rounds have just started a lap.
Interestingly, Avalanche is backed off there on slow.
Charlie's getting a toe from his teammate. They're doing something. Charlie is out on the softs. This is his first attempt on the soft tyre.
Raceway's got good exit, so he's not going to get much of him into the second chicane, which hopefully Raceway can get out of the way so he doesn't get the team into it anyway.
Doesn't matter much as that last sector where he needs a slipstream. So far, it seems pretty good. But here's sort of downforce because be hindered by.
Well, he seems to be really confident on the turning. That Renault looks really well set up. I'd like to see how he tackles Ascari with potential dirty air from his teammate.
Yeah, it's looking good for him right now. Ooh, Reese goes fastest.
1.5 tenths off.
Reese? Who was that Ferrari who's just gone in the gravel?
Anyways, FJW.
Oh no, it was,
that's a nice slipstream. That's a really nice slipstream.
Okay. Yeah, just gonna be good enough. Reese. A lot of people calling out what's the plan map times.
Tiny bit wide, but not too bad.
Is to get the slipstream.
I think this is going to be a pole lap from Charlie.
No, it's only
a
few milliseconds. I reckon a little bit of dirty air at the Parabolica might have just cost him.
Be honest.
Okay. Yeah, you can cut corners to save time. Just be a bit careful.
DXS nearly 7 tenths on.
Yeah, I'm
gonna be honest. That was a really good strategy that Charlie put the slipstream.
Yeah, I just hope that he's going to return the favour now to his teammate, even if it's not pole. They can at least challenge together for the front row. Their constructed title rivals, Avalanche at the moment in P6, DXS yet to improve his time in P11. He's going to want a bit of redemption after last week. Ran out of fuel at Belgium in the final 2 corners.
P6. I would have expected maybe a little more from DXS.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, you see the championship leader?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he's the championship leader by quite some way. But despite the result the Renaults had last week, they only gained on Racing Point by 5 points.
Wait, just listen to this for a second. P1 to P8, all within... Actually, no, P1 to P9, all within 5 tenths of a second.
How far do you have to go until they're separated by 1 second? It's about P11, isn't it?
P10.
Jesus.
This is the old fag in the sky, really. I think that's just some kind of odd. I've seen the Reynolds and the Piss holding each other off. I don't know if they're going to be out again.
They've got time, as long as they're out within the next 40 seconds.
Nah, they're not going to make it.
Raceway isn't making it, Charlie May.
Riding on board with Collins, by the way.
James is starting off on the mom.
So that's still the race for the race
Collins on
Reynolds.
mom, so Nate's invalidating, so I think actually next one is going to be James.
Nah, Collins is not going to improve. I think he's messed up
He's into the
somewhere.
pits.
There's one of the Ferraris on the way.
DXS is calling he's finished. So he's 6th at most. That's low down for him.
Well, I might as well ride on board with Karps then. He's on his out lap. This will be his last chance to get a lap in. So we'll ride on board with him. I mean, being at Ferrari, he's probably going to want a decent qualifying. I still reckon.
Braking onto turn 1, going into 7th gear, or going into first gear at the very second turn. And he gets a good acceleration on the turn as he does, that's really good. Coming down to turn 3, he's going to go through the Curva Grande, as they call it. Completely flat out, no hesitation there. He's going to go down the 4th gear, for the second to gain this track, higher speed. Just look at the third if you need to drive it through. Now down to the first leg, he's going to run 2 gears right now. He's allowed down first to the game. Another 2 gears down to the second leg. So it goes a bit wide. First out of the lap, down one of the many straights here at Monza. Go under the tunnel of the old circuit, add them to a star. Goes down 3 gears. Ooh. Very strong to a star right there. Another straight down here in Monza. No DRS for this one, but still rather long. Now we go down to the Parabolica, one of the fastest corners in the track with the break. It's a rather good line right there. And then a line and go.
Well, I'm watching Twonk. Twonk is up by 3/10.
He improved his time, but he didn't improve position.
Here comes Twonk.
Faster.
Yeah, Tonk's at least 3/10 quicker.
And he's gonna
That could be pole. It is!
Oh my god!
Half a second, what the hell? What is this quality?
Validated. Avalanche is done. Oh my god, it's a Red Bull 1-2, man.
It's a Red Bull lockout. In Monza of all places.
Yeah. GXS down in 6th, Avalanche down in 7th. Race, this is an
FJW
unusual
was in the
thing.
grass after the first Lesmo. Carps is going again.
Is he?
Yeah, because
I'll also random bloke this one.
He's in non-something years. And number is 2
he's slightly down, but he's pushing.
Guys, random bloke is winning. Yep. He has pretty good time so far. He's just coming in the Parabolica now.
Is he going to improve his time?
Very steady. He's not really pushing it through the high-speed corners. To the line, and
no,
it doesn't improve.
Oh,
that's probably over.
He's 1,000 of his time. 1,000.
Carps doesn't improve. I think that's going to be it. Just going to wait for FJW to finish off. Just
that quality.
Been it, but yeah, that's Twonk on pole position for Red Bull. Can't believe it.
That was interesting.
It's not only the fact he's on pole; it's how much he's on pole by.
And it's a Red Bull 1-2 as well, which is even more.
I want to say something, but I don't want to jinx the start for him.
Well, it's a long one down the turn 1.
Twonk and he's being teammates too. Oh my god. I don't know if you saw that.
Try me though. I think
Red Bulls
him being
may help each other into turn 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, as a team, all they have to do is make themselves as wide as possible. But as your top 3, Twonk on pole position, claiming 2 points for himself and to Red Bull. His teammate alongside him in P2, recent Twonk qualifying in the front row. Charlie in P3 for Renault, second place in the Drivers' Championship. This is almost the best and worst scenario because Charlie is near the front, which is what he needs to do. He's got his old team in front of him. I'm not expecting that they're going to give way to him, and the racing points haven't had the best of qualifying, but importantly for Charlie, well, unfortunately his teammate is behind the racing points.
But
Racer is going to need the mother of all starts.
Yeah, kind of a shocker too from DXS. He really couldn't hook anything up there. He's in P6 with his teammate right behind him, but it's going to be interesting how he fares going into turn 1.
Little Band-Aid. I mean, if we make it through turn 1 without some sort of wing damage, I would be pretty amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a tight fit into turn 1, but if you position yourself right, you can get a really good advantage.
Which is the best line to take into turn 1 off the start to defend? Is it the inside? Do you let them go round?
The inside.
Yeah, so
the reason
definitely
is
cover the
if
inside.
you cut in front. When you go down the inside, you're controlling the corner basically, and because it's so tight, if you just like make yourself as wide as possible,
it's almost like you don't have time to leave your opponent any room. then cutting into turn 2, because it's a weird chicane in the way that
Predictive
it's quite
lap strategy.
long in between the actual corners. So if you're on the outside, you're just going to be hung out to dry.
Yeah, I just saw the lap strategy. It says pit at they can either pit at lap 9 to 12 for hard tires, or from, I believe, 12 to 14 for medium tires. It says here.
I reckon pit me lap 10 or 11 for mediums.
Only the Mercs are the cars to start on the mediums.
Yeah, no one on the hards doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
I'm not getting any other data here. Right, full rundown of the grid then. Tonk on pole position for Red Bull led with his teammate Reese in P2. Charlie, second place in the Drivers' Championship, needs to start making inroads here now. We're running out of races for him to challenge. Casey Jennett P4, one of his best qualifyings of the season, ahead of James Killer, one of his best in P5 for Williams. Championship leader DXS in P6 for Racing Point, his teammate behind him in 7th. Raceway P8, also Renault and Racing Point. I'd say a fairly close fight for the constructors, but they've got a long way to go in terms of catching any major ground to them. Random Bloke P9 for AlphaTauri. He's ahead of Kart, starts P10, the highest qualifying Ferrari for the home Grand Prix, and he's already been in it on the formation lap. That's going to remove any confidence he's going to have from the start. Mate in P11 for Haas could get some more points. He did really well surviving Spa last week, finishing 6th, putting Haas's first points on the board. Collins P12 for Mercedes is ahead of Pids and 13th for McLaren. Noja in 14th, his teammate, is ahead of the sister Ferrari, FJW in 15th. Infinity in P16 outqualifies Ellie in P17, although I don't believe but either Alfa Romeo set a time in qualifying. And Dylan, after having the crash, he's going to be rounding out the grid in P18 for Mercedes. Like I said, both Mercedes are only cars on the grid to start on the medium tyre.
Yep, they're lining up now. Let's cross our fingers, guys, and hopefully.
Right, who wants to take us through lights out?
I'll let Pitch. It's his first race back.
Oh, okay.
Lazily.
So it's an actual start, and I'm delayed. 5 laps out.
Oh, glitched again, you were percent.
And they're off.
Really good start from Tonk.
Oh, Charlie with a good start as well.
Reese has fallen back a bit. Charlie has the outside.
Oh my god!
I believe Dylan may have hit the back of someone.
I actually didn't see
that. Still a really good start.
Goes
off on the grass.
Oh, that's another car. VSC out already. Who was that on the grass?
That's Avalanche.
Avalanche. He's out.
No, he's not. He's still going. He's taking the marker boards out of the right fit range. Doesn't look like he's missing a left end plate, but
DXS already right behind Charlie, so it's been a start race up and P5 James in case they're not having great starts down in P6 and P7, but the Red Bulls did exactly what I needed to do, got a good start, reached the penalty inside, and they're still 1-2 at the moment.
DXS up 2 places too.
James in P7 just needs to not be caught napping here because Carps is all over his back end.
Raceway up 3 places too, hit a good start.
I think James needs to probably be a bit careful under the VSC. No one getting a drive-through. We're green flag racing again.
Charlie, I mean, he's not usually the best for ERS management. This is going to kill his ERS, I think.
Monza's horrific for ERS management anyway.
I think he's going to have Reese.
Right behind him, he has a run.
Yeah, he definitely will. To the inside he goes, Reese though. He's getting alongside, but Reese an overtake as well, so he goes to the inside for 2-1. He's going to make a stick. Reese though,
he's fighting
around the outside.
He's going to get that drive. Will it be Charlie?
Charlie.
It is.
We've got Reese now fighting back. Into the second chicane.
Oh, is it around the outside?
Brave to the outside. Leaving each other lots of racing room.
Oh, he's hit him.
It looks okay though, bit scruffy, but okay.
That wasn't anybody's fault, I think that was just the nature of the corner.
Yeah, Charlie looked really brave to keep it on the throttle. But now
Yeah.
DXS is right behind him.
And Twonk is
He's gonna try and
gone.
go Starry.
Twonk is really gone. 2.2 ahead already. He's doing what he needs to do.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
It's an Alfa Romeo.
That's a feeling she has lost it in Nesmo One, I think.
DXS.
The
He's
excess,
gonna throw in some parabolic down.
Oh, this is... Reese is young and boy.
Around the outside.
No, he
Reese.
chose to fight
Oh my
in.
god.
DXS, oh, he saved it, but Reese is out.
That one, Reese just hit
Oh,
him.
be
That
careful,
was
mate.
no
You don't need to
fault.
track with that amount of traffic behind you. Oh no, there's
Here he
been
comes, race
another problem. Oh no! Noja only just almost did a Charles Leclerc from this year.
Raceway around the outside. DXS going around the outside of the raceway.
I'm just watching the
Noja.
meeting down the main straight. This is really close. Just want to try and give everyone a bit of airtime.
Collins
Collins
on
and
the inside,
Random
random
bloke.
bloke.
Oh no, Collins, don't fight it like that, mate.
Oh, random bloke has it.
Yeah, back
he
of the
does.
front, DXS.
DXS and raceway.
Down the inside.
To the outside.
He's done it.
Raceway's at the corners.
Oh, surely he's got to give that position
Yes,
back.
let him go.
I don't think he's going in there all the time.
Now the case is overtaken DXS.
And DXS, don't be impatient, mate.
He tried it. Oh,
This is already... Oh, DXS using overtake. He already has none left. He was already on
this.
Charlie's
all on the outside of Ascari.
Oh my
he's got
god.
it.
Oh my god, the fourth corner, thank God. And wide though.
Oh no, Casey's lost it!
Oh my god.
Oh, back end into the gravel. Careful
the first
rejoining
driver
the
to
track.
Yeah, he's
Oh my
really
God.
careful.
Go,
He's the first
just go,
driver to
go.
become a
Be
victim.
careful.
No, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's good safe.
12 now. Unfortunate for him. But Raceway at the P3.
First driver to become a victim of that. Trying to pass his mark. He's gained a lot of time, but he's using his rear end. No.
Random
James
Blake
actually
into the
intercepted
box.
Yeah. Oh my god. Collins and Mate on the straight. Collins almost spun him.
Who is that? Who's
Yeah,
Avalanche has
on
had
the
another problem coming out of the exit of the
And
second
also-
Lesmo.
Yeah.
He's pushing too hard.
Yeah.
And the blokes in the pits.
Yeah, there's a little fight for P8.
For a wing change and closing. Oh yeah, I picked that first Peter was watching on the straight. Collins almost spun Mate there. It seems to be travelling 1% to get away at the front now, but
Yeah, there's nothing about it.
It's definitely what Renault needs to do though, Raceway, if he would be so kind to be the perfect wingman.
Yeah, we go the excess, 4 tenths behind. Could he challenge him?
Sorry,
back
be
up.
smart.
No. He's got to have the mother of all exits down here if he's going to charge him into the Parabolica,
Oh, yeah,
and he
he
has
has
done. Oh my god.
No,
He doesn't really have a lot of
smart.
VRS, but look, Raceway, mate. Yet again, Raceway can't. Oh, someone's.
Oh,
Yellow
race.
flag, Reese the penalty.
Thank you.
Yeah, just
yeah,
a brief
race
yellow
being
flag
smart.
there.
Race
Yeah.
being smart is going to get the DRS and
Oh,
then straight.
Jesus.
Is he? Oh, he does, okay.
Yeah, it should do. And DXS has hardly any ERS to defend from it.
So race has a move. And he's back. Nice little race going on between these two people.
Mate into the pit to the ease of wing damage.
Raceway has really developed this season, you'd say, right? He's been going from like a solid mid-tier fighter all the way to a fun low contender, you know?
It's been a gradual one, but yeah, I guess the thing with league racing, the more times you do it, then you're going to pick up a few things along the way.
The excess pushing.
Oh no, he's pushed too hard!
Oh, he's wide! He's wide!
DXS and a mistake is not certainly associated with DXS very often.
I'm pretty sure
really
James
isn't.
won't mind if that happens again.
Yeah, but
Charlie on the back of the wall.
keep his tires facing the right way, but
He doesn't seem that confident, DXS. He really doesn't around here.
yeah, he seems
Carps
like
with down there. Oh, Carps!
Oh.
Carps, the sport, he's off. He's into the wall, he's out. Is that going to be anything? It's off the track. And then we'll
Yeah,
down
see.
into BSC.
Yeah, BSC. Anyone pitting?
I'm
Let's
not
see.
expecting anyone to the pits.
No, it's a little bit early. Oh
Maybe
no,
this is a
Random
hard-
Blake,
Oh,
what?
random ball.
Where is he?
No.
Oh, someone's in the pits. Reese is in the pits.
Yeah. Random Blade, get that sent in. We can have a look at that.
So Reese is in the pit lane. I think a Ferrari would be in the pits too. Casey's in the pits.
Oh, James is having awful race now.
I think Reese is coming to two-stop here. Either that or he's going to bring his Williams 21 laps into the race.
Based on the odds.
Ellie is into 8.
I was going to say that actually. So she's driving a solid race in the afternoon.
Right, biggest winners and losers off the start then. Currently the biggest loser is Reese, having just made his pit stop. The biggest winner, actually, Ellie, up 9 places.
Actually, I think I think Avalanche is probably the biggest loser in this scenario. We're just saying that he went up in position, but just since the start and that incident, he's kind of had a not the best race, but still early in the race. So
walking up with the lead though, into Parabolic or Charlie. He's right in the back of Twonk. This could be a close.
Yeah, Twonk's using his ERS sensibly though. Charlie just needs to be very, very patient.
Well, they're pretty equal, I'd say.
Yeah, I reckon Raceway is going to have an easier time fighting off DXS, and look, DXS has no ERS, whereas Raceway is 40%, so it's like, I'll be honest, and next season, it looks like a few of these drivers are going to get up to Division 1, I just hope not. I mean, like I don't mean any offense, but I mean, sooner ERS manager might have to get a little bit, they might have to do a little bit of practicing on that, because not exactly the best one, but let's just see this. Any thought there's no action. So
far not much action going on. This is Brave, this is P1. Charlie getting it as well against his former teammate. We'll see how
okay now. Yeah, there'll be no love lost.
No, just have someone on eyes with DXS. I'm gonna stay with Charlie.
DXS is just kind of waiting for him to stay.
Dope's been off, he needs to be careful though.
I think Charlie's gonna have a run here. If he doesn't go wide like that.
No, I reckon DXS might have a chance.
Still in DRS.
Yeah, DXS has a chance right here.
Rachel's got so much more ERS. It's like pure desperation from the Racing Points today.
Yeah, which you don't usually see from them. Usually they're the calm heads of the grid.
Yeah, but Avalanche just didn't get the best of starts in the race. Now DXS is on his own. DXS has a run here.
I mean, this is what Racing Point do need in terms of their fight.
Oh, and it's gonna maintain it.
Chicane, yeah.
Oh! DXS almost losing it.
He's had a few moments like that. Casey with the fastest lap on the hards. Maybe the hard tires aren't that bad of an option, huh? I think
they are. They're pretty equal to the mediums actually. It's even slower, I'd say.
Yeah, he's already doing fastest laps. Yeah, you might.
Definitely better than one sauce.
Anything's better than one sauce, I can guarantee that. Oh, well, you have battle for the lead and you have battle for Q3, they're all very close. Is Tom getting DRS from that and that car?
DXS is close.
Yeah, DXS is very close, so is Charlie though. I think Tom might get DRS, but from that car. No, he doesn't. He might be it.
No,
here comes DXS. No, he's not. Is he going to try it? No, he's not. Raceway and DXS. DXS has no ERS. Raceway just probably being smart, because he knows he's probably not going to get it.
I think the important thing for Raceway is as long as he can try and stay ahead of DXS come the pit window.
Definitely, but DXS is making the move.
Oh no, most of the head knows he needs to get out of the way and quickly.
Yeah, blue flag runner.
Just Moja, please.
He's got the straight to move out of the way. Avalanche with the penalty. I know he's down 13th anyway, it's going from bad to worse.
Moja needs to get out of the way.
Noja, mate, come on.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Practically let both cars by. Yeah, he's a good lad. He's a good egg.
Ooh, he's yes. I mean, Charlie is really pushing.
Oh, race grenade. Jesus.
Whoa. Who's that like a lap down behind you? Is it an AlphaTauri? I think it's Random Bloke.
It's Random Bloke.
I thought he was on a one-way trip to the barrier there, and he ran so wide coming out of Ascari.
Charlie has a run.
No, he's not close enough now. Here's the pit with nothing hard tires. Right, nothing. So I reckon these drivers are going to go medium slows. Well, it could be a risk, it could be.
That I do remember the pit window for the
Charlie
softs is
guys.
around lap 14 anyway. But we should, wherever he is, Colin should start eating away at the time to James. Whether it's going to pay off for him or not, I don't know. It could be a little bit more to play for with Collins come the end of the race, because he'll be on the softs. Barring any safety cars, I'm surprised we haven't had any yet. I mean, we've had a few VSCs, but as long as they keep out the barrier.
I'd reckon that Charlie's not having the best tire wear. He's stuck behind Twantre here.
Race time, lose time on DXS.
Actually, it'll be 5 seconds down.
Charlie keeps on losing there with the back end to a Ascari. Raceway has about Jesus, they scare me. Every time they go through them, just through.
Yeah.
Oh no, Random Bloke.
VSC, this is the chance to take now.
Definitely undercut window is open. I think if the softs can go 14, medium should easily go 17.
See, Raceway's going to have to pit, but he's going to get held up.
Oh no, what are they doing?
Mate,
it's only virtual. Raceway should have just stayed out. Just for one more lap.
Oh,
Charlie's been held up. Charlie, why did he not go?
He had to wait for DXS to come into the box.
Oh, that's gonna hinder his race for sure.
Oh my god, Raceway's been hindered a lot like that.
I think he's
Connor last lap with a universal 50 car. They do gain time in the pit lane.
Oh no!
Oh, Ellie's got a drive through. Oh, her race. She was driving a good race. Collins has got a drive through, I think, as well. He's a time by, I think. I'll check that. Yeah, thank God, it's 3 seconds.
So now Collins is in second place.
DXS though, I think that would have been what he wanted. He's only 1 second behind his closest championship rival.
I wonder if Collins is going to hinder Charlie, who's going to be going after Swan. As Collins started on the medium tires, still has a pit.
Yeah,
I reckon
the mediums at this point they'll be slightly worn. They can go a little bit further. I reckon give it about 2 or 3 laps, and then you start seeing Collins' pace fall off.
Yeah, at the end, I think these guys in mediums aren't exactly going to be the best. So, Isaac Casey might be in with some sort of shot.
Do we Raceway?
Raceway.
Raceway.
I was about to say, do we make a really bold prediction of Collins being on the podium?
I'm not doing that.
He has a pit still. Swanky and Charlie will be.
Maybe.
So is DXS.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
Unless Collins can do a really heroic late race drive to get the podium, I'm not seeing much.
I mean, Connor, the amount of times I've commentators cursed, do you know? I'm not going to make any
but I
predictions.
think as long as he makes it after lap 15, and if there's a safety car, then everyone can go back on the softs and have a run till the end of the race.
I mean, trying him like Collins, obviously, he's not a lap car, so he's under no obligation to get out of the way.
Yeah, Charlie's being held up.
Exactly what DXS means.
I don't think so. Collins is getting a decent exit.
Reese is overtaking him. Anyway, we should say him over this one. Yeah, Collins, obviously, is trying to go for Toscara. DXS is, look at this. DXS to the inside.
Oh no, this is going to end horribly wrong.
DXS.
Oh no.
Oh, he's cut it.
He's cut it. That could have ended so much worse.
That was about to be a plane crash.
Well, DXS definitely got only one more near.
But James has just overtaken Reese before Ascari. Perfect timing for him.
Yeah, them two were fighting.
He's got a
He's
penalty.
getting
Yeah,
gone,
excellent.
mate. Charlie is going to get the arrest on him.
I think Collins had a moment to Ascari.
Collins needs to be careful. Jesus, he's still close.
Collins is defending for his life here.
I mean,
Still
he
having
can if he
trouble.
wants.
He's allowed to. He will
Oh.
try and fight the Renault, but you can tell the difference in grip, and we're about to see the difference on traction because DXS will surely just power straight past him.
Now we're on the outside of Curva Grande.
Oh, Collins, mate! Oh, that was
my
way
God,
too
He needs
close.
to leave space.
Collins needs to calm down.
He needs to
I know
leave
his
some
tyres are
space.
going to be wearing out a little bit, but come on. Just everyone try and keep their heads a little bit.
That scared me.
I think Collins is putting a bit more than he should.
Yeah, obviously. He can do that.
Oh,
DXS
come on,
is gonna
easy,
go for it to
DRS.
Ascari.
You think surely Collins is done now? And he is.
There he
Yeah,
has
but,
it.
he's not using all the time.
But now he has no ERS left.
Look at those mediums are done. I don't know what Collins has been doing, but those mediums are done.
Probably because of how hard he's been fighting these guys.
Yeah.
DXS are literally at 1% ERS going into the Parabolica.
Jesus.
Not what you want to see when you're out of ERS before a massive straight.
And also his fuel as well. What has he done, Dixons?
Oh no, that is Casey. He's gone for a spin.
Oh, he's got wind damage.
Yeah, the whole wing's gone. He's still in the race. Casey can go on the softs now and take them to the end. Fresh softs will go the race distance from there.
13 laps. That's gonna be. They're gonna be dead at the end.
Oh yeah, they'll be dead, but they can easily do 14 laps comfortably, and that's when. I don't even think that's the maximum tire life. That's just the recommended strategy.
That has going for an overtake.
I am mate, I'm not sure if you do.
Let's do that now.
Oh, what you doing, mate? You should have just sent it.
Yeah, I would have sent it there.
I wouldn't have. What are you two wrong?
Two different mindsets there.
I mean, you might think that Punk's being called, but look at the ERS difference in all of them. 75, 13, and 13. Punk's on the rampage. No,
Yeah, but look at Twonk. He's conserved a lot of energy while they were behind him. In fact, he's almost at 100.
not far off the friends. Yeah, DXS and Charlie both in the yellow one too.
Oh, that's important for Charlie getting that faster swap.
Yeah, I think that could be important.
Very much.
DXS
If I were
and
Twonk, I'd just conserve my pace right now. Look and fight.
Charlie! Holy! Man.
Oh, FJW on mate. Mate, I've taken the far into the Parabolica. FJW cutting back across.
Yeah, his team's home race, he'll want to do well. This almost seems like Ferrari in real life. Down at the bottom of the midfield. Let's see. 1.6 now we got.
DXS might have a run again. 6 tenths behind. He just needs a good exit from Parabolica.
I love how you pronounce someone Italian accent. So it's brilliant.
5 tenths, 4 tenths.
Yeah,
He's going very
He has a
defensive. And that's it. Oh my god. The ERS is just about drained on the racing point, but he's got the move done for the time being. Charlie, Charlie's still got more. Only just.
I think DXS is running more top speed than Charlie.
Restaurant like a Collins. Collins definitely not in there. Definitely go source. He's gonna come out in like 7th, I think, because
Oh, Raceway, another penalty, but
Raceway again.
no, I don't really blame him actually. He's just trying to clear the Mercedes.
First Lesmo. They're side by side.
Hanging around the outside to dry. Yeah, he has to yield. Collins, I bet he's going to be extremely thrilled with what's just happened. Oh, Casey with fastest lap.
Casey, interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, a 1:21.7, that's actually a half decent race time.
Yeah. Two guys in 13 close to him, so I don't know if there was in the league who fastest laps for the below the top 10 benefit.
It's just for top. You have to be in top 10.
Yeah,
here comes Charlie though.
Division 2.
Charlie down the inside.
Here he goes.
Collins in the box, by the way.
Makes the move. Okay, Collins, yeah, fine, mate, in the box.
Oh,
here comes the
excess.
He's in the slipstream. This could get tasty between these two. The excess calls him, he's calls him. He backs off.
He was blocking for his life.
Just make, like you said earlier, trying to make the car as wide as possible.
It's a literal championship at stake. These two are going to be fighting tooth and nail.
At the moment,
the two best drivers in V2 right now.
At the moment, Raceway's going to lose out to James as well. So James is going to get P4 at the moment, so I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
You know what? If I were DXS, I'd just hold back and let both of them catch up to Swamp, because so far...
Charlie, penalty!
Charlie. That's gonna hurt. I kept seeing him putting in that Scary corner. I thought it was just a matter of time
I'm just checked. When DXS went for that move on Charlie and Collins, he didn't actually get a moment or anything.
Feels bad for him.
Yeah, but obviously this time, if you include this lap 10 more laps to go, oh my god, he's gone very deep.
He's deep.
Here we go.
DXS has it.
Starting to, I don't know if he's starting to keep a cool head.
On the inside.
DXS, there you go.
Yeah, Charlie's run out of ERS as well.
Charlie, putting in all he's got, he's put in a bit too much, because now he has nothing to fight with.
Casey getting...
Oh, DXS!
Mate,
oh my god.
Tracks of black stuff. Meanwhile, Casey overtaking Infinity for P11. Casey's really marching on and trying to get himself a point. Mate is in the box.
I ended up looking at Casey looking at points.
Mate was in a medium car, he was going to come in and...
Has FGW boxed yet?
Yes, he has. He boxed up 11 behind. I've only learned to box up 3. If you can take them to the end, I'll be amazed.
He's since been in the box.
No, his tires are 15 laps old.
Look at that, inside one
Unless he
lap.
put an old set of mediums on because he went in for one change. Remember,
yeah, his DXS is gaining on Swamp.
I swear he's 2 stops. Yeah, Casey's 2 stops, so he's gone back out on an old set of mediums.
Was it even hard then?
I'm predicting striking window around 3 laps for DXS on Swamp.
Over AWS. I mean, I wonder if the lap cars in Northern Mate might get in the way of this, because they're fighting for position. And
yeah,
DXS has DRS. This is gonna get tasty.
Just going around board with Tunk, see him creep up on the back markers.
Okay, I think you'll be praying that they stay ahead of him into Parabolica so he doesn't get the DRS. I think also Charlie will be praying that.
DXS has DRS, yeah. But no ERS on
yeah,
DXS has practically nothing.
Oh, May's almost lost it. And he doesn't ever know. Charlie would be hoping that his old teammate can do him a good old favour and fight. DXS is here we go.
Look at DXS's battery.
Yeah, no, it's non-existent pretty much. But, you know, they're all around pretty similar on that front.
Charlie is closer, that is a Red Bull, that is Reese,
that's Reese.
Scary.
Yeah,
This has gone up.
Yeah, he has.
Yep.
Oh no, what's that?
DK's made a mistake. Here comes Charlie. On the traction. We can't get it. He's still an overtake, he's going to go for it.
Yeah,
No,
both of them. Like, DXS knew what he'd done, so just thought, plant the throttle, ERS. And luckily for him, for the time being it's worked, but by God has he lost a lot of ground.
Yeah. 7/10 between DXS and Kwon.
DXS only had one warning. I don't even know if that was a track exceeding or whether it was a collision. Yeah, it was a collision, so DXS have no warnings at the moment. Honk is going to be a sitting duck on this next round.
Oh yeah, he has something that's just going to get a flag.
Unless, okay, he might get the arrest from the Alpha and Mayo. I think he will, yeah, he's going to get the arrest from Ellie, I think.
Well, I feel bad for Twong. He's been commanding most of this race, but now he's sitting back.
He's going to have to do a bit of defending. He does get the arrest. Jeez, the amount of grid has a pounded. Holy. See, is he close enough now?
He's getting closer, he's there.
He's right on the bounce. Probably using the overtake.
Can I have eyes down on Reese and Avalanche, please? So
I will. Reese to the inside, into a Scary. Makes the move to make a little bit of contact, but that was clean.
The thing is, Reese is carrying one more penalty than Avalanche, so he is on the softs. Whether he can pull 3 seconds on them or not, I don't know. But Avalanche is on 17 lap old hards.
So I was going to say, yeah, so probably could be Charlie's definitely praying at DXS. Either does a spin, which is very uncharacteristic of him, so I doubt it's going to happen, or get the penalty, which I believe is on no news. So.
But Charlie having no safety.
Pushing.
Save your ERS there, mate. Just save it for the main straight. Or is he going to send it?
He's going to go.
Sending it. Oh no.
Wait. He's trying to get a good exit. Here we go.
He hasn't.
And
No.
he won't. He's deactivated the overtake.
Still the same. Oh, Reese is right behind FGW.
Yep,
he might try to go Scary.
P7, oh my god! No. Oh my god, his wings, he's lost his entire right side.
I think both of them lost their wings there.
I don't even know what happened.
No, the Ferrari's fine.
Charlie on the gravel, oh my god, he's almost lost it.
Jesus.
The DXS has saved the arrest, he's actually got a decent amount of avalanche for him down there.
Avalanche out points at
the
moment, so
he has a run.
Could keep dropping backwards.
DXS being smart, he's not using the ERS, whereas what not Reese, Twonk is. So, actually DXS is the one with the advantage at the moment.
Yeah,
but Charlie, he seems to be very confident over Scary.
Oh my god.
Again, here he comes.
Oh, around the outside through Parabolic, please.
This is gonna be...
Oh my god, he's gonna try it.
No. Oh my god.
No, he can't hold it.
DXS, here he comes on Twonk. This could be fun. And he's not using overtake. So he's using the overtake though.
He's biding his time. Look how much it's regenning though, because it's not using overtake down the main straight.
He's at the rear of him.
Here we go.
I wouldn't even be using overtake here, I'd just be staying close to
him.
Oh
my god! Oh my god, DXS to the inside.
Down the inside. He's going down the inside.
Oh,
he has it.
A little bit of contact. What that was. DXS doing what he does best, leading the race yet again. But it's not going to be easy to shake off, just take them off, especially around Monza. On the overtake straight away is Twonk. He wants to get back at him.
He's going to go for him. Look at him. Look at that closing speed. Oh, look at that.
Oh my god. Down the inside.
Oh my god, mate.
That happens when you use overtake. Especially around ones. Oh my god, Charlie, Jesus.
Oh, someone was in the background.
These are going to be close.
What a fight.
This is going to be very close. Charlie was going at the back. DXS. Why am I mixing up everyone's names there? Yeah, Twonk's going to be a sitting duck on the straight. Oh my god, he weaved suddenly. Jesus.
DXS.
Twonk's out of VRS. He's out of VRS.
Oh, yes, took in.
You can tell he doesn't want to lose this. I know how much. I know how much it would mean to him and get a first race.
It's because he actually has earned it. He's earned himself that position from the start.
Yeah, I can understand why you're starting to get a little bit frustrated, but
he just needs to stay with him and not use overtake as much as he thinks. Because bearing in mind, he will still have DRS as long as he doesn't keep doing that, and DXS won't. So Twonk can still stay with him.
Yeah, he still has DRS. But the gap has increased a bit. And now even Red Bull in the back is getting a bit.
yeah, but he was using overtake, so we explain that.
Oh, DXS went a bit wide there.
Oh, Twonk.
Oh.
You're fine, that's Ellie, she's off in...
And Alfa Romeo, it's Ellie.
Clever gone there. I don't know how she's managed to pull off there.
I'd move if I were her. I'd move. Jesus. Yep, DXS has pulled the gap. Charlie has a run.
He's running love lost with the former teammates. Any question?
What is Reese gonna do at 1 here? Because he's behind them, he has no place.
Trust me, Tom, I know how much you want this win. It's still possible, just get your head, that's the best thing you can do.
Kissagen overtaking FJW before Ascari, but the thing is, do you know who the next car is that the top 3 will end up lapping? Avalanche.
Oh man. I want some fresh shots, I don't
Oh yeah, the laps are winding down, they should be okay.
DXS is set up and on.
Sorry.
Charlie!
Oh, Charlie!
Jesus, someone's gone on behind as well. Who that was? The yellow flag wasn't for the end. Oh, Charlie. And you almost just... Well, Renault was still game, but it's only by a measly 2 points, but it looked very good earlier on. How fortunes can change in a race.
Yeah, they're all at a DRS range. Okay, so I think the battles died down a bit. For the front of the race.
There will be a battle though, soon I think. Between Avalanche and Pids, that was for 29, but Avalanche still in April and stuff.
2 laps left in this race.
Yep. The success seems set on another victory. Takes him yet closer to that title. He could have, I think he actually, if he's going like this, I reckon he could earn it sooner than we think.
Definitely. Charlie to this bit past Twonk here if he does, he will that piece of a penalty. But all eyes on DXS and the flag that's Alfa Romeo
again.
So, Connor, take it away. Oh, never mind, it's one lap, sorry. That was the last lap of the
I was
race.
going to say, I'm not doing the last lap commentary by myself. I'm going to go down and watch Avalanche and Pids, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty much died down.
Yeah, they're ahead of the front now, so you probably should.
And Avalanche do another last lap, let's see.
No for penalties. Well, obviously Pids has no penalties, so you need to do is, I believe this. Collins the penalty, yeah. Collins in P6. She's Giving a very slow race from P12 to P6.
But will Raceway lose a position to James on penalties?
No, he won't. I got one into be 3 seconds, so he won't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm just gonna do it unless we do it down Parabolica.
No one bottle on the final lap, lads. If you do, you'll be... reputations for the biggest bottle job in Div 2 will be handed out to you.
Oh, we'll just laugh at you.
Oh, that.
Well, the one person we're not laughing at is DXS.
Yeah, taking it so easy. He knows now he's gonna... Coming across the line in a minute, I'll let you have it coming now.
Yeah, the timer screens will show DXS on top again, but it's not the easiest to win. This is really had to fight for this one. Still nonetheless, DXS comes over the line, he wins at Monza. Twonk really happy, weaving for his P2, Charlie P3.
Teammate.
DXS steps closer to the championship. Renault's still catching, but they're really running out of time.
Small margin.
James P5. And put a gap to Collins.
I don't think even if we removed anyone's 5-second penalties that the race result will change again. So if there were any collisions with anyone, we can look into them, especially with Dylan off the start and Avalanche. If anything did happen to you, we can have a look at it. Pids 3-second penalty on the last lap.
Casey actually didn't do that bad, considering how further back.
7th, and I believe he got the fastest lap as well. Yes, he did. So, extra point for him. Extra P8. I reckon he'll take that. With a vote of
Avalanche.
Pids across the line. Pids beat Avalanche. So. Pids in 9th. Avalanche in 10th. Gee, that race. I mean, it was a good race. But in the end, probably a bit anticlimactic after trying to go for that pole then.
Right, shall we try and get them in?
Yes, you either I don't know if you have Twonk added to pitch or no Connor does. One of you have to add him because you like
unless if you do add the others, they can add each other. Not that many penalties. Obviously, a load of track exceeding, but not too many. So hopefully, a quiet one for the stewards. Well, there's a race when DXS wins in Italy. Or at race point ahead of Twonk, pole position man. I doubt he'll be that. Well, the win slipped out of his hands, but he can't complain with the P2 with a drive like that. Charlie P3 doing all he can in the Renault ahead of his teammate who was able to finish P4. James P5 for the Williams, Collins P6 and Mercedes. FJW a really underrated drive today, bring that Ferrari into 7th place. Casey Jennett will finish P8, taking the fastest lap of the race. Pids P9 for McLaren and Avalanche P10 for Racing Point. And out of the points you've got Mate, Reese, Infinity, Noja, Ellie. And your DNFs were Random Bloke, Carps and Dylan.
Yeah, I reckon. So how many? That's 7 rounds left now. Is this 7? No, it's 8. Sorry, because Singapore. So 8 rounds now. I'm gonna do math because I'll do math eventually to figure out how early DXS might be able to win the title. If it keeps on going like this. But we do have DXS in, I just need Charlie and someone still needs to add Twonk. I cannot add him.
It seems because of the settings we can't add them.
I think you have to have him added to add him.
Yeah, it says you cannot add them because of the settings.
Do you want me to try and add them?
Yeah, we just...
I've added him now.
Well, I know Twonk. Well, I mean, it'll be mixed feelings in that Red Bull cockpit because, I mean, he drove a brilliant race.
And there we go. So everyone make sure your voices are set to share. But I'm gonna start off with Charlie.
Yes, hello.
P3. After a race like that, I know that the penalty probably wasn't the best scenario to be in, but you've got to take at least some pride in your racecraft today, because that was golden racecraft from everyone in the top 3.
Yeah, I guess I am happy about that, but I am pretty gutted that I got the 3-second penalty, because I think that really ruined my chances of winning the race. But a podium, it's good to have a podium, but I think that really, I don't think I can reach for the #1 position in the Drivers' Championship anymore. I think that's kind of out of my reach now. But I'm a little bit disappointed overall with getting the penalty.
Despite the penalty, was there anything that could have happened? Do you think if maybe you were in the lead of the race, if you could have overtaken Twonk, do you think you may have been able to build up a bit of a gap? I don't know if you felt he was holding you up at all.
Yeah, I think if I had clean air and I was in front of him, I could have built a gap, but I was mainly just sitting behind him and saving up my ERS and whatever. And then I was going to go for it after I'd pitted, but I got held up in the pits, and then I had DXS on me, so it made everything difficult. But yeah, I think that's, yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, we noticed that many times in the race, you were like straight on the limit, like oversteer central, wherever you were.
Yeah.
Were there a few times in the race where you like gritting your teeth, like, how did I get away with that?
Yeah, a couple of times I was wondering why I didn't get a warning, but either way I did get a penalty, so I guess I really did, screw myself over with that.
Renault still take a minor step forwards in the Constructors to Racing Point. How's your head going into the final third of the season?
Just got to get my head down, get practicing, and hope we can push for Constructors. I don't really know if it's possible anymore.
It's still possible.
We can try.
It's a lot of work to do, but we've still got a fair few amount of races left. I mean, I think what happened with Avalanche today was not ideal for Racing Point at all, but these things happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna move on to P2 then. Twonk, another podium, but you put up a hell of a fight to only lose the lead with 3 laps to go. I bet you're more gutted than Charlie is. Takes through your race how everything was playing out for you.
Yeah, I was really gutted because after our insane qualifying, I was not expecting that. I actually thought we had a chance, and having Charlie up my gearbox pretty much the whole of the first half of the race was pushing me on. And I was really gutted leading like 24 laps of the race and DXS passing me. But I thought I played well, and I'm very happy.
No, you still got to be proud of. If the result isn't what you wanted, your racecraft has definitely showed your worth today. Pretty much the same to. Well, actually, no. Do you think a mid-race a full safety car, could have changed the race for you instead of the 2 or 3 VSCs that we had today?
Well, the VSCs were actually quite handy for me because it was perfect timing for my pit stop, so that helped me out a lot. With the safety car, I think it might have helped because we would have backed each other up a bit more, put each other under pressure. I would have been able to get away a bit more than I did under VSC.
Also noticing, while Charlie and DXS were battling behind you, especially DXS with no ERS to play with, you actually in front had quite a bit. You've been conserving a bit, I've noticed, around like 75% of ERS. So were you just like trying to control your pace while they behind were battling for P2?
Yeah, I was conserving it because I knew as soon as one of them made a little bit of a gap each other, they would be right up my gearbox. I was just preparing for the bombardment.
Fair enough. I do have a question. Tom, from up here in the comms box, it looks like, I mean, I've noticed, and everyone who's noticed, you and just like the whole Red Bull team have really improved race by race. Do you feel the same way, or do you feel that this is what you were expecting?
No, I do feel we've improved quite a bit. We've been putting in quite a lot of practice and time. So, yeah, I think we've got a good chance for podiums now if nothing goes wrong in turn 1.
Keep it up. That's all from me.
Right, we're going to move on to race winner then, TXS. It's another win of the season, but by God, it's probably the most that you've really had to fight for. I mean, what happened in qualifying? Your pace didn't really seem there. I know that it was very close, but I'm happy that you were able to pull it out in the race by the skin of your teeth. The amount of laps left to go. Yeah, just take us through your entire race, including qualifying.
Well, with I'm not really the best at qualifying. I'm pretty good over a long distance, and so the qualifying wasn't really a surprise to me. I was a little bit surprised by the gap. I was a little worried. I thought I wasn't going to have a very good race, but just going out of the first few corners, I think I made up quite a few positions, and I knew that I would have the pace. But then the guys in front of me, I was behind Charlie, I think, at that point. They pulled away, so I think someone said I had no ERS. The whole race was just me trying to get into that DRS, so I could preserve like all the energy and all the fuel. And I guess it worked in the end. I finished with almost exact 0 fuel, so managed it quite well.
Yeah, I was the one that said that, by the way. Actually, going on to that, do you think that you would have had more pace conserving the ERS and doing short runs, or just pushing the whole time?
I think I definitely would have been quicker if I used it better. But I wasn't just playing with pace. I was also trying to save my fuel. I had a lot of fuel to make up, so it was really important that I could get just into that low DRS zone. And I guess if I was more patient, it would have been quicker. But I felt like I was racing the clock. So.
And one more question. Seeing that you won today, the driver championship seems to be highly in your favor. How are you going to keep your head down and finish it off in the next few races to come?
Well, I think after races like this, where I'm racing people like Twonk and Charlie, and even Raceway was right there at the end, like they keep pushing me, honestly, and I think we just push each other, so we're just getting quicker and quicker, and I've just started looking more and more forward to each race, because it's getting closer and closer. So I'm just enjoying the races. I don't think it'll get to me too much. I think I'm having way too much fun with the drivers around me. So
I think we're about finished, aren't we, guys? Lee, have you got anything you want to ask? It's time for your usual question.
Yeah, so I'll ask that anyway. So, next week is Singapore. I'll start with Charlie. First of all, how do you feel you're going to get on Singapore, mate?
I mean, I'm decent at the track, but it's quite a long track, and obviously there's lots of corners, so you've really got to practice quite a lot for the track. But I'm feeling quite confident. I think I can get a good result out of it.
It's going to be an endurance race, I bet you, Tom.
Yeah, I feel like if you can survive the first few laps and get away from the pack, because Singapore, if you get stuck, you're stuck quite a lot until you got that one DRS straight. But I think if you can pull away, you will make a gap, and yeah, I'm feeling quite good about it.
And you, DXS?
I'm hoping it's in the dry. I really do enjoy it in the dry, but
Same.
I'm having a feeling it might be in the wet, so I think it's just going to be chaos and good fun, I think. But I think it's definitely going to come down to safety cars or something for sure.
I hope not, because then it will be the longest race we ever had, and I think you've hit the nail on the head there. It is currently thunderstorm season out in Singapore. Division 1 will be in there tomorrow, and definitely get the wet weather tyre practice in. Division 1 live over there tomorrow. I highly advise as many Division 2 drivers as possible to get some practice in for that. In terms of Nhrl activity for the next week, congratulations to the top 3 who took part in the IndyCar Championship on Tuesday at Circuit of the Americas. We're now getting ready on this coming Tuesday for the second Indianapolis 500, and anyone is still able to make the championship, you're more than welcome to, because this is another step into Nhrl's Triple Crown Award. It only happens every 6 months or so, so I highly recommend anyone who has Project Cars 2, please give it a go. You might even take a step closer to some of the most prestigious trophies in league racing. Like I said, Division 2 heading to Singapore next week. The weather forecast again still looking very wet, so yeah, I highly recommend everyone get some practicing for then. I think that's it from me. We'll see you next week in Singapore.